I'm on mute. Listen, what's good, people? Welcome back to MJTV. We are live and alive. This is Let's Talk. We are going to be talking about truth telling versus lying. Big up Alyssa in the building, my co host, as always. You feel me? Alyssa, what are you telling me, man?
Yeah, we missed next last Sunday, but got my tooth pulled and
Yeah,
stuff.
man.
But we're about to talk. We're about to talk. I can't say we're
Mm.
not gonna trigger some people this conversation.
Nah, that's how it's gotta be, man. People are not ready to have these uncomfortable conversations. You feel me?
Nah.
You
Mm-mm.
know, there's a lot of liars out there, and there's a lot of truth tellers out there.
Mm.
But someone said something here. Let me bring it up. Yeah, big up
Yeah, I
Steffi
saw. I like
G.
that.
Big up Steffi G as always. She says, "Big up Rhino. Truth over lies, but depends on what context, because people can hurt or take advantage of you if you are too honest. I like people with good manners saying please and thank you. No, 100%. I agree with you, man. Big up Steffi as always. We're gonna get back to this anyway. I'm gonna star this. We're gonna get back to this. But yeah, big up the chat as well. Big up the old community. I try to say it with a
Community.
American accent. Yeah, but big up Wacky as always. Yo, you heard?
I disappeared.
uh, big up DJ. Big up Wacky. Big up DJ taking over. Big up Triple Trey. Come on, Coach. Come on. Hey,
We'll do it like that.
listen, just flying through the comments. Yeah, that's it, man. But yeah, man, what are you saying though, man? You saying tooth got pulled out, but you still got the conversation.
Are
Yeah.
we gonna talk? This is the first time I'm on camera in a week or so.
Oh
Nobody's
yeah,
really seen my
I
face.
wasn't even expecting you on camera today. I just realized you still came on
No,
camera.
I took a shower and I cleaned up nice.
Oh, say
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Say
no.
no more.
All right,
Nah,
so
100%. Go
how we
on.
feel about what Stephanie said?
Yeah, let me pull this up now. So this is what I want to ask the people, yeah. Well, I can go first since Alyssa's kind of thrown the question on me. But I think, yeah, to a degree. Do you know what it is, yeah? It's mad. For me, I just like to be truthful as always. And I feel like it can kind of be my downfall because for me, I just feel like you always have to be honest. Yes, you can sugarcoat some things and maybe based on someone's sensitivity, you can kind of dumb it down a bit. Not dumb it down, but
No,
just
yeah,
soften the
dumb it
blow.
down. Mm-hmm.
Um, but I just feel like you have to be honest, man. Um, the most that I can say that doesn't affect my moral compass is like if there's a bit of exaggeration or something, you know what I mean, or a bit of like I said, dumbing it down where you don't tell them that looks bad. Okay, when it comes to clothing and stuff, just be honest. I don't think it looks good. You know what I mean? If it's
I don't
something
think so either.
sensitive, like someone says, "Oh, does my belly look fat?" or something, I'm not gonna be like, "Yeah, your belly's fat." I might just be a bit, okay, yeah, it does look a bit big. Maybe try a different shirt, or maybe it's too fitted, or you know what I'm saying. So, I think within reason,
Right,
you
right.
can kind of sugarcoat it a bit. But what do you think, though?
For with the belly fat thing, you know what I mean? I feel like if the person is asking and they're not ready to hear the truth, they shouldn't be asking, right? Because
Okay.
I'm that person. Like if I ask you, if I put on an outfit, you feel me, and I ask you,
Yeah.
yo, do I look good? Does my hair like? If I'm asking you these questions, it's because I already feel like something's off. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So for somebody to just like that's a form of gaslighting to just be like, oh yeah, and you walk outside and you look crazy wearing orange and you know, I don't know, turquoise or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Um,
that's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so a part of that is just, I think people always say they want the truth, but the reality is they don't want the truth. You understand what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
we're gonna
And
definitely get into that 100%. That's
yeah,
what I'm
for sure.
saying. Like people do this whole speak the truth, and you see,
Hmm.
do you know what rubs me the wrong way? Yeah, is when I hate these meme bandits. I call them meme bandits. They put up all the memes, but they never follow the memes. They
Hmm.
literally put up the memes, and this kind of relates to the pressures of society because people
Hmm.
want to look good on social media, putting up all the captions and everything, and doing their clicking and all of that, but they're not following it. They
No,
just want to look good.
And what happens is when you go ahead and you call somebody out on that, right? And you tell them the truth about their actions, what they do is they go and they find another group of people to validate what they're already doing instead of taking
Yes.
your advice. And then
Yeah.
you become the bad guy for telling
Yeah.
them, hey, I noticed you're full of shit. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm,
And people
mhm.
don't like that. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time,
Facts.
it's also that victim mentality. It's that pick me, choose me mentality. We talked about it 2 weeks ago. Clout
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
a drug, you know.
Clout is
So
a serious drug.
right,
Serious. Yep,
you
yep,
know.
yep.
So at the end of the day, when people especially like the meme man, because I post memes all day, but I walk in my truth. Do you feel me? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm that person. You know, you want to call me out on something, we can have a conversation about it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But there are a lot of people on social media who they go ahead and they project what they are not. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
it's sad because when those type of people attract other people, your instinct is to think that the people that they attracted into their circles are just as full of shit. You understand what I'm saying? Because a
Yeah,
real
yeah.
person is not going to sit there and condone a lot of the shit that some of the stuff that they do in society. You get what I'm saying? Like a real
Yeah,
person
yeah,
is gonna
yeah.
set you straight. A real friend is gonna tell you how it is. They're gonna tell you the truth.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Like if
Mm.
somebody's not telling you, if someone is not keeping it real with you, then they just don't respect you.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
But
could. I guess you could say that. Yeah, I'm gonna
but a lot of people can't even keep it real with
respond to that.
themselves. So how can you expect for
Mm-hmm.
people to keep it real with you when they can't even keep it real with themselves?
Mm-hmm. There you go. And just to kind of carry on what you're saying as well, it is definitely a lack of respect. And then obviously at the same time, it could be a thing where, like, what? How would I put this? If it's not a lack of respect, then you obviously just don't value the kind
Like
of
a lack of integrity kind of thing.
yeah, you don't value the fact that. So if I'm coming to you on a level and I want to know something, you're not being honest with me, and especially let's say appearance, we're gonna do it in topics. Let's talk about appearance.
Okay.
If someone's coming to you honestly about something that is part of an appearance and you're not honest about it, yes, you definitely don't respect that person. Or there could be some sort of envy as well, jealousy, because a lot of people want to keep people below them. You feel me? So
Absolutely.
there's probably that. And then what else could there be? Like, I don't know. Some people are a bit shy though as well. What about the people
Absolutely.
that are just scared to offend? There's people like that as
And
well.
those are the people. No, but those are the people who tell you, you know, when people are shy like that, and you put them in a situation to go ahead and speak up. I don't feel
Yeah.
like it still comes down to telling the truth and lying, right? So I feel like
Yeah.
those type of people are straight up. They will tell you like, yo, like I don't know, like you know what I mean. And that in a sense is a form of truth telling because they're literally telling you, hey, listen, like I don't know. You know what I mean? That you have to respect that. They don't want to be involved in giving you a yes or no because they just don't feel that they're you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's true. So cool. So when do you think it's all right to lie? As much as it's good to always tell the truth, when is it all right to lie? People in the comments, let me know. And you guys, smash the like button. I've always wanted to say that. Smash the like button.
Yeah, please, guys, go ahead and like the video, like the podcast. Okay. Lying is never acceptable. Okay, but
yep.
All right, I'm gonna hit it with the but real quick. Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
When you know that someone isn't for you, or if people are trying to get information out of you, right? So you know that these people are your, they're your opposition, like they're your enemy and stuff like that, right? Some people are just in your life to literally just dig information up on you, right? So you have to kind of have that intuition and like that discernment of choosing who you tell things to and who you don't tell things to, right? Because truth telling is a part of just, yo, what are you doing today? Or what do you have going on with your business? Or how much money do you make? Or you get what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you can't tell the truth in those type of situations because it's no one's business, whether it's a truth or a lie. It's not something that should be discussed. If it's not someone who has your best interest, I feel like you don't owe them anything.
That's a good point.
You know,
That's a good point. Cool.
I
All
mean, if
right.
you're trying to get that job, you know, and they're not checking your resume.
Now that's good. That's a good point. I'm trying to think of another one, like, because there's obviously going to be situations where it's like lying is justifiable. For example, kind of carrying on from what you said, protecting yourself. You know what I'm saying? People could be plotting on you as well. People
Mm-hmm.
like to seek information just to kind of dig around. You feel me? So in that aspect, yeah. Let's move on to like social media though, man. So let's talk about this because as we said earlier, clout is a drug. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we're in such a predicament now that once you feel a bit of clout and it's based off a lie, you're not gonna now come out with the truth
Right.
unless it brings you to a point. You know, there's two things that can happen. You can tell such a big lie that can get you so much clout, but if you was then now to be exposed, it's game over. But then
Right.
sometimes you can use that to get to where you need to be and then
Mm-hmm.
be truthful after. But I just want to talk about how fake society is and how people are actually just living complete false lives. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, we're gonna start with money. Cool.
Right.
I know, like, no names. Yeah.
Right.
We probably both know. There's people that wear their friend's chain, wear their friend's watch, always drive certain cars just to put that image out there. And to some degrees, it's gonna sound mad, but it's acceptable. Like, for example, if you're a rapper or something and you just wanna, like, I'm not talking about a rapper that says they're rich and they're faking it. I'm talking about just for the image. You know,
Right.
you might have a young little 18-year-old boy, give him the little watch, give him that, let him stunt. You know what I mean? But if
Mm-hmm.
it's a
Absolutely.
thing, if it's a thing where you're talking about it and you're completely just gassing it and you're using the image to lie, I know some people that have used it to get to where they need to be. You know what I mean? There's probably big celebrities that have done that as well. Fake it till you make it.
Fake it
If
till
that's
you
a
make it. I was gonna
you
say
know,
it. Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? If that's a
Right.
plan that you're kind of working towards, I kind of respect it because it's a plan, it's a blueprint. But at the same time, if you're leading people on, like, where do you draw the line? Do you know what I mean? Are you allowed to do it as an artist? Or is it a thing? Because these people are influential people, you know? Like we
Right.
said, there's people of social media, people of influential power that don't realize that the little things they do influence other people. And you don't know the person that is not either doesn't have it like you or doesn't have people around them
Right.
to kind of borrow their chains or whatever, they might feel pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So now you might be influencing people to start acting out of character as well, or influencing other people to think that they have to be like that. Do you get what I'm saying? It
No,
sounds
yeah.
like, so where do you draw the line? Because right now it's getting ridiculous. I'm
I
telling
mean,
you.
like I said, I think a part of that is society's fault because, you know, to a certain extent, you know, you can tell bullshit. I don't understand how people feel like you can't tell bullshit. You can tell when somebody has had it, hasn't had it, and it's all because of their character and how they present themselves at the end of the day, right? So somebody who's really getting money, somebody who's comfortable, who's established and stuff like that, they're not doing all that fake flexing. They're not talking a lot. You get what I'm saying? Unless somebody comes for them personally and they feel like they have to prove themselves, they're not really out here flexing all of that stuff. Now, the person who is, you know, like you said, at the friend's house, at the mansion, posting everything, you know, and claiming everything, you know, it's kind of like you got to take it for what it is. Like, what do you have to prove? And I feel like people who really have it and people who are honest have nothing to prove, right? But when you're a liar, you have so much to prove because you know that your foundation is already bullshit.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, to an extent, yeah, a lot of people use the fake it till you make it, right? But it's fake it till you make it as in like when you do make it, you know what I mean? Like, and you still have some type of integrity within faking it till you make it. Faking it till you make it doesn't mean faking who you are as a person. It means faking your situation, maybe. You get what I'm saying? But it's not you can't fake who you are. Your character is your character, who you are as a human. You understand what I'm saying? So like what we talked about last week, all the artists that we watch, all the influencers and stuff like that, right? They can make a YouTube video and be the most positive person, but through social media, if we watch their lives and stuff like that, it's terrible. They treat their girls bad. They don't take care of their kids. They don't. You get what I'm saying? Like it's a whole bunch of. It's really double-sided. You know what I mean? Anybody could come on here and pretend to be something that they're not. You know, until they are in a room with people that they can't pretend with, and that's really what it comes down to. You can't fake the funk for everybody. Not everybody is like that. And then there's some people who, because you have the status, because you made it to where you made it with that lie, they now think that that's the way to go because they didn't get anywhere telling the truth. Being the nice guy didn't get them anywhere, right? And now they watch this guy over here who's lied his ass off, piece of shit, doesn't do anything for his friends, his community, his nothing. You get what I'm saying? But he's striving. You know what I mean? That's not realistic. At the end of the day, you have to understand that what goes up must come down. And when your foundation is weak, it will never last. So if you already build your foundation off of lies, bro, everything that comes after that is just going to be shit.
Facts. So what I wanted to ask you, what was because you thought of this topic and it sounded like it came from a deep place. Like what made you think of this? Because I know there's something personal there if you want to discuss it, or you can kind of give like a little hint towards what it was.
I think that it's going to be time one day. I think we're getting close to that day where I'm going to tell my story. I think I'm going to be in a position where we can actually interview me. And actually, I think a lot of people are curious to why it is I am the way that I am and why I move the way I move and why I speak the way I speak. And, you know, I can honestly say that personal growth has played a really huge role in my life. We all grow up, right? I'm pushing into my 30s now. And, I can say that, you know, even as a teenager, you know, the way I was raised, you know, don't get me wrong. I've never stole from anybody, touched anybody else's money. Like, even if it was a couple of quarters, like I was raised to just not touch anybody's shit. Doesn't matter if it was my mom, my dad. I never went into their wallets, none of that stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So like all of that is cool. But when you grow up and you start being a part of society, you start going to school, you get friends, popularity, you're on teams and stuff like that, you kind of lose yourself a little within different crowds, you know? And I can't always say that I was proud of the person that I am sitting right here in front of all of you right now. You understand what I'm saying? And the only people can really understand that are the people who have watched and experienced my growth, okay? Because I was the person who gave my energy to everyone. I was the person with this podcast on the title, right? Because you asked. I was the person that was always just upset that like people who lied their way, people who just didn't work for it, would just get that recognition. You know what I mean? Like it would really just tick me off because I know how hard it was for me to become the person I am. And I know what it took to get here. I know the shadow work I had to do. I know even still now, growth is an everyday thing. You never stop growing, right? You always want to choose to be better. So this topic is just important because, like I said, there's just a lot of people out here who do live by the code. They do the right thing. And that doesn't mean being perfect, okay? That doesn't mean, by any all means, doesn't mean being perfect. But there are people that wake up constantly to do the right thing. And those people are very discouraged every day by people who advance in life by not doing the right thing. That's why this subject is really important to me, especially coming out of the communities that I come out of. You know, I come out of a community where it's like, you know, people will just try to discourage you on purpose. You know what I mean? So you can post and say, yo, I got that job at McDonald's and I'm making, you know, $11 an hour. And you could be the proudest person in the world because that's $11 an hour you're making. That's $11 you wasn't making yesterday. You get what I'm saying? You got a little bit of health insurance. You're in a stable position. So you're proud of that because you're like, wow, from where I was yesterday to today, that's an accomplishment for me, right? But then somebody that, you know, let's just say their mommy or their daddy, are business owners and they gave them a position without them working for it, comes on your post and they start shitting on you. Mickey D's, $11, you broke. It's just like, tell the truth and the reality about the situation. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're spoon fed. I had to get it out the mud. So it doesn't mean that I'm not going to make that $20, $30, $40, $50 in the next coming years. Who knows? Maybe I work my way up in McDonald's and own the restaurant one day. You understand what I'm trying to say? But people are too quick to compare themselves based off of lies. And they discourage people who are living in their truth, because who wants to feel like that, right?
That's what I was going to say. So do you think it's the people that will see a situation like, oh, you're broke, or oh, you work at McDonald's? Do you think it's those kind of people's fault as to why people are pressured to lie?
Absolutely. I feel like a person like that, right? So the difference is, a person like that, whatever, the person saying, oh, you're trash and not making money or anything like that, right? That'll encourage the person who really doesn't have it to go spend money on something that they don't have money to spend. You get what I'm saying? Like, it'll be, you could buy a hoopty, your first car. Let's be real. Little Honda, a 91. You get what I'm saying? Maybe not the best. Maybe you have to get out and pump the engine a few times for the shit to get to where you need to go. You get what I'm saying? And you're content with that. Why? Because you were walking everywhere a week ago. You get what I'm trying to say? But then somebody comes on. So here you go with social media. You're posting your car. You're excited. Yo, guys, look at what I got. I got a car, right? Because, you've been riding your bike. You've been taking the bus. You've been doing all this stuff. So you're excited. Why are you excited? Because it's an accomplishment for you, right? So somebody gets on your post, okay? And they're like, little Honda. This is what I drive. What do you think that person wants to do? They're going to walk into a dealership, put themselves in car payments that they can't afford, and then post their shit just to prove that, just to feel better. You get what I'm saying? Just to get that validation from media to tell them, oh yeah, that's a nice car, bro.
Yeah. And to even carry that on, go on.
No,
I got a good point.
I was gonna say, and that's really the reality of the situation. You know what I mean? Is that person's accomplishment was the fact that they don't have to walk anymore. It wasn't the fact that they bought a Mercedes or a BMW or a Honda. It didn't matter what kind of car they bought. The end goal was to not have to be at foot anymore, right? Yeah. So now the whole perspective changes, because now you're being called broke and you're getting made fun of.
Yep, 100%. And you know what it is as well, yeah? It's so good you said that, because once that process starts where someone else sees the downfall of being real and then causes them to want to be fake, there's stress that can lead to, the stress can lead that person to many things, because of the upkeep. Because when you lie, you have to upkeep the lie. Absolutely. And that's what people don't realize. And that can cause mad pressures. That can cause insecurities. And then the worst part of it is, if you move on from that, getting comfortable in a lie, when do you find the reality to snap out of it? If it's reaping so many benefits. But what I was going to ask you, I'm going to ask you a good question. Actually, I want you to answer this one, because you're more in the gaming world than I am. So DJ Taking Over says, even in the gaming world, when it comes to consoles, it's basically the same stuff that we're talking about. People want to lie that they got a PS5, but really they got a PS4. Do you know what I'm saying? Right. Because you just want to look good. But I want to ask you something. If you knew that every lie you told would never get found out, would you lie?
Oof. I don't know.
I want people in the comments to answer it as well.
That's a really good question, because I don't know. I think it would depend what the
context is.
What the reward would be. You know what I mean? So like,
okay.
Exactly. Like it really just depends on what it is. Like, if I could lie and say I have a Harvard degree and go get a job tomorrow that's going to pay me, $100 an hour, and nobody's ever going to find out that I don't have that degree. Yeah, absolutely. I'm lying.
All right, cool. I'm going to give you an example. I'll give you an example. Let's say, for example, I'm saying so many examples, but let's say someone's going to give you a car. You don't own it. You're never going to get to drive it, but he will let you use it every time you want to take a picture. Chain, everything. when he's going out to restaurants, we probably take a picture of his plate, make it look like it's yours, whatever. But you know, no one's ever gonna find out. You're gonna get all the clout for it, but no one will ever find out. Would you feel comfortable doing it, knowing that it will get you clout? Not you,
No, like
you personally, and also, and do you think the average person would rather do that than do it the real hard way?
I think the average person would be okay with lying. Okay. I think that because of the benefits that they would reap from it, right? They get everybody on their junk. Everybody wants to be like them. People are looking up to them, all that good stuff. Now, me personally, especially being a mental health advocate, right? I know that when you're fighting demons, those are really, really real. And regardless of if anybody knows or finds out, you yourself will always know the truth.
So are we talking about like karma and stuff like?
Absolutely,
karma. The stuff you put in there is going to come back to you.
Karma is real. Okay. Mm-hmm. So if we're going to eliminate what's done in the dark comes to light, because that's what we're eliminating here, right? If we're eliminating that, then on a sense, like, yeah, karma is real. You know what I mean? Like, behind closed doors, if you want your quality of life to be better, then you're always going to have to be honest with yourself, because being honest with yourself is the priority. You should always, you don't owe the world any relationships or honesty or anything. You understand what I'm saying? But you always owe yourself the truth, at least.
Facts, 100%, okay? 100%.
So if you're not honest with yourself, that shit is going to affect how you sleep, how you eat, how you work. You get what I'm saying? And then you become so delusional and you become so okay with the stuff that you created, the world that you created, that now you're in mental turmoil because you can't differentiate the two. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like, me personally, like I said, like like what DJ said, I couldn't personally go ahead and drive and post chains and throw somebody else's $100 bill, and I can't, it's not mine. You get what I'm saying? Like, I want my own stuff. I don't want to fake flex off of somebody else's stuff. And not only that, but I don't want respect because of what people think I have. I want people to respect me for my intellect, what I bring to the table, my work ethic. I want people to respect me for real qualities. You understand what I'm saying? I want people to respect me because
clout's a drug.
Yeah, they think I'm driving a BMW, or they think I'm driving a Murcielago or some shit. You know what I mean?
The clout's a drug. People like. Do you know what's so mad? Yeah, think of it. I'm gonna give you a good example. You can have 100,000 followers. Do you know what that 100,000 followers can do? That can probably get you into the club for free. That can get you someone's phone number that you probably was never going to get. That can probably even get you a business deal. You can use that and say, look, this is what I've got. So people are desperate for clout nowadays. And I feel like if you really think about it, in life, we're all desperate for success. Yeah. Absolutely. And like, big up Gifted Chick. Like I always say this, clout's a currency now. Like, you can use it to do so many things in life. So people are so desperate to be successful. We all are. But I think we've got composure and we've got patience and we believe in our vision and our source. So we're not forcing it. But there's people out there that clout is so good in a sense of when you have it, that people are so desperate to be in that position, they will do anything. So I kind of understand it. But at the same time, when you're in a position where you kind of have got a lot of attention, it's not always what it seems. People don't see the negatives to it. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough. But I'm gonna pull up something though. I'm gonna read something. This is from Oprah Winfrey's website. Yeah.
Oh, Oprah.
And I'm bringing up some Oprah right now. So this I'm gonna pinpoint some bits from it, and then we're gonna see what you think. So it says here, when is it okay to lie? Yeah. And the first opening paragraph says, honesty is the best policy, says Martha Beck, except when it isn't. Here's how to know when to fess up, when to keep mum, and when to lie through your teeth. So they're basically saying here, there's certain scenarios where you're allowed to lie, and I'm just gonna pick certain bits that stand out to me, and I'm just gonna see what you think, and then I'll tell you what I think.
All right.
So as we said here, we was talking about honesty with ourselves, yeah. So this first bit says here, does the truth always set people free? Yeah. A friend asked me recently, or can it be huge, crazy, making pain? If I want to lie a little to get along, am I betraying my authentic self? This is a dilemma we all face virtually every day. Whether we articulate it or not, the answer is the truth almost always sets us free. But not all situations demand the same level of openness. So obviously we briefly kind of discussed, you know, certain things you could talk about where you don't really have to be too open about it. Or maybe you don't have to lie, you just don't say nothing. Maybe there's a difference between how we can respond. And then it says here, for example, if you're reading this from a dungeon where a psychotic dictator has imprisoned you for singing his phrases too feebly, tell any lie necessary to get you the hell out of there. Like you said, I think it was even in the comments for safety and whatnot. Lies create distance and destroy connections. Oh, I like that.
Yes, they
Lies
do.
create distance and destroy connections. And that's just what you want in such a sick situation, which is true. But if you're hiding bad behavior, say lying to your loving spouse about your night job, cooking, I'm not even going to try butcher that word, but it's memethamphetamine, I think. Beware, because after decades of coaching and weeks of binge watching Breaking Bad, I know that meth fumes can be ventilated, but lies will destroy your life. So yeah, it's interesting that we spoke about that, because there is times when it's justifiable to lie.
Absolutely.
But where's the line? So here it says rule 1, always tell the truth. And then this is what I want to talk about. Questions for clearing denial. So these are certain points that are brought up as to why people lie. Sometimes it's what you're afraid for the other person to know. It could be what you're hiding, what you almost know, and what knowledge you're avoiding. These are all the same thing, but in different contexts. So, for example, what am I afraid to know? You could know that something you're putting on weight, but you're scared to have that confirmation, you know? So it's like, we always say that keep it real. But when you hear the truth, it hits a lot harder.
Absolutely.
So we need to try and figure out, where do we go as a society to make us more thicker skinned? What do you think we can do to change? Because if I'm genuinely afraid to know the truth, but I need to know it, how do we convince people that, look, just be honest? Like in life, you can't change nothing. Just accept it. How can we change the narrative? That's what I want to. How do we change it when social media is so powerful? Like this, everyone's got so much going on. What can we do?
What we're doing right now.
Speak about it more.
There's not a lot of people who are out here truth telling. So fake society is a lot popular because, like I said, people who tell the truth, right, get a lot way more hate than people who lie through it, right? So somebody who corrects somebody's actions or tells somebody that they're wrong or holds somebody accountable, no one wants to be held accountable. Nobody wants to actually face what it is that they're actually doing at the end of the day. You understand what I'm trying to say? And I think what it is a lot of people who are truth tellers have experienced some type of just abuse in any type of way, you know, whether it's, you know, being lied against or people just, you know, the fake society overrules the truth telling society because the fake society comes together more so to protect each other and to protect those lies. And they go back to back because 9 out of 10 times, right? When one person out of the group gets exposed, they all do as a collective.
Yeah.
Right. So their job, even if they're not having the best friendships or the best relationships or the best day at work with their bosses, right? their job at the end of the day is to come together and protect each other because of the lie and because of what they already, put out there as how they're perceived. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Truth tellers usually run alone because, again, they have nothing to prove, right? You have conversations with them and, they tell you the truth. They tell you how it is, right? So there's no reason for these people to gang up with other people or have, all these crowds of people around them. There's nothing to protect when you're telling the truth, right? So I feel like as a collective, we just need to speak up, if that makes sense. I think it's time to find your communities and really just kind of speak on stuff. And even if it triggers people, that's kind of what we're here for. That's the awakening. You know what I mean? And
So what's more important to you, telling the truth or the truth being told to you? If you had to pick one.
If I had to pick one?
Yeah, either you having to be 100% honest, or what would you
being
rather?
Told to me.
You rather the truth being told.
If I have to pick one, I would want people to be honest with me.
Which means that you'd have to be a liar. Because you have to pick one. I want people in the comments to let me know what they think. What do I think?
Why? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, actually, yeah, elaborate. That's yeah.
I was just gonna say,
and then we're gonna get into this comment as well.
Because sometimes, like you said, we don't want to face the truth about certain situations. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes we're surrounded by people who don't have our best interest at heart. And for me, if I'm the liar, that's fine. Those are my demons to fight. But if people are lying to me, that's going to be mental turmoil for me, because I'm always going to double guess and have to question whether that person's intentions are pure or whatever. So if it meant me being a liar to hear the truth for the rest of my life, absolutely, because at least I can do something and move forward with the truth. You get what you understand what I'm trying to say? I wouldn't get nowhere being honest with people if people aren't going to be honest with me.
Yeah, I like it. Big up Bless Snags. What if you end up lying over something you think is small and it ends up coming to bite you back, or has hidden consequences, such as lying for a job, as she said, but not actually being qualified? Yeah, let's talk about this, because as we said, there's going to be certain situations where it's kind of justifiable, because it's like you're using it to get to where you need to be. But I think the hidden consequences, people don't really deep it as much as they should, because, for example, there's certain things. Okay, I'll give an example. Let's say to buy a car now, you had to have a license, and you're not allowed to buy no car without a license. Yeah, there's going to be consequences, because passing your test actually teaches you certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So there's certain things that it's better to be qualified before you go into that field, because
absolutely
you could end up putting yourself in a situation where you're in danger, or you're not fully, not fully aware of the whole curriculum of that thing. So let's say you do an office job. Have you watched what's that thing on Netflix called, man? Oh,
I don't watch TV.
You don't watch TV. What's it called, man? There's a guy, yeah. So basically, there's this guy, and
Lie to Me.
What is it? Lie to Me. Lie to Me's got Kiefer Sutherland, isn't it?
He's the detective, or the analyst. He's an analyst, I guess.
Yeah. No, I'm not talking about Lie to Me, but Lie to Me is quite interesting, because he works at the police and that. No, I'm not talking about that one. Lie to Me is one of my favorite.
Yeah,
Kiefer Sutherland's one of my favorite actors from 24. 24 is one of my all-time favorite series. You guys, if you have time to watch 24, watch it, man. Same as like The Wire and Prison Break, I put it in that category. But this program, is about a guy, whatever he sees, he remembers. So he can read a whole book and he can remember the whole book. Like, he's got some mad memory. But he's so smart with what he does that once he reads it, he can excel anywhere. But he didn't have, I think in America, you have to be part of the, what's that thing that lawyers have to join? The,
like you have to like do the bar and stuff, or?
Yeah, that whole process.
Mm-hmm.
So what
You're
he
talking
did
about Limitless?
is it? No, it's not Limitless. What's that program, man? Let me search it. Hold on. Lion Loyal.
Like I figured it was Limitless, but to
Nah,
answer
this program.
while you look that up, to answer you, Snags, like he said, it's just you become a liability, pretty much to whatever it is, But at the end of the day, too, you're not gonna go and lie for a position that you can't do because you know that you're gonna get fired anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm trying to say? So I feel like it's more so people who kind of like, let's just put it like an example like this. Like you went to college, right? You actually studied this for all 4 years, but you didn't finish out your fourth year. So you didn't actually get your degree, but you studied, you took the classes, you did the testing and all of that stuff, right? You were a couple of credits short, so you didn't get to finish the class. That doesn't mean that you're not qualified. That means that, you still went through all the training, you still learned it, so you're lying about actually not completing the course, but it doesn't mean that you didn't, take the course for it. You know what I mean? Type of deal.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, guys.
The program's called Suits.
Oh,
so basically,
Suits.
yeah. So obviously he was so smart, he could remember everything. So he was going to certain cases and smashing it out of the park. But for him to join the bar, he had to do an exam. But I can't remember the full. Oh, see, what I just did was so crap because it was a good example as to why sometimes it can have hidden consequences. So he thought he was being slick, lying about it, but another consequence will be finding out you faked it. So you could be well qualified to do what you're doing,
Right.
but if they find out you faked it, then you jeopardize everything. So he had to. What's the reason why he couldn't do the test himself? There's a specific reason why he couldn't do it himself, and he had to kind of cheat to do it. But I can't remember the story, but it would have been a good example anyway. But reading this Oprah website, it was talking about relationships and how you in a relationship you should always tell the truth, tell your loved ones as much truth as you can. And then it's saying that if you're desperate to kill a relationship, lie. And this
Absolutely.
is where I want to elaborate on this because this is where the conversation gets interesting. Because the topic of this is, do we prefer honesty? Yeah? Do we prefer honesty? I think women don't prefer honesty.
Okay.
I think in the long run, when you're too honest, it can backfire on you. That's what I think. What do you think as being a female? Not all women, should I say, but I feel like generally, sometimes if you're too honest to your female, she don't like it, or you're too honest to your partner, should I say?
I feel
it might work both ways. Actually,
it does because I feel like from personal experience, right? Every relationship that I have been in that's taken me a little bit of time to get over, or I've asked for reassurance, or we've all been there where we can't let go, right? And the person on the other side is just, we know they're lying and they just won't fess up to what they're lying about, and we know they're lying, and I think to an extent that's kind of messed up because the truth doesn't protect anybody but the lie doesn't protect anybody but yourself, right? You're just trying to keep your image intact, but for the other person, I feel like it would be a lot easier for people to let go if people were just honest about the situation, right?
Okay, let me ask. I'm going to ask you direct context. So, certain things your partner does is very annoying. Like, they might leave
slamming the microwave, leaving the door open in the front.
Oh, yeah. So we've got pet peeves and we've got general things that just generally kind of annoy you. Obviously, with partners, you kind of have to compromise because no one's perfect. So, is it okay to lie that something doesn't annoy you just so that you don't hurt that person's feelings?
Absolutely not, because 10 years later, you're going to end up punching that person dead in their face for the shit that you just didn't say 10 years ago. Yeah, I'm just being honest. Like, so
whose fault is it? Is it on the person to tell the truth, or is it on the receiver to be able to handle the truth?
So in relationships, people are raised differently. Okay.
Yep. I'm
All
happy you
right.
said that. Yep.
People are raised differently. And yes, there comes you have to be reasonable about reasonable and realistic about what it is annoying you, because sometimes things only bother us because we were raised a certain way in an environment and we're used to things being a certain way. So when things
Mhm.
are okay, for instance, like for me right now, right, I have a thing with noise. Growing up, I it just after 10 p.m. the house was quiet. If I went to the fridge, I had to be extremely quiet. I tiptoed through the house, all of that stuff. If I left the door open, we don't live in a barn. Like just little things like that, right? So as an adult, when things around me are just like loud, or somebody slams something, or they're walking heavy, or yeah, you do leave the door open all night and stuff like that, right? That to me is already triggering, because I'm just like, you were raised a certain way, so you just kind of have that in you. You get what I'm saying? But you have to be honest about what bothers you. Like
Mhm.
when you get into a relationship with someone, the beginning stages of the relationship, you just want things to be perfect, and you don't want to lose that person because you're really interested, you like them, whether they're a beautiful person, handsome, whatever, like, you want to be your best image for that
Mhm.
person before you live together, before all of that stuff, right?
Yep.
But then that's where that delusion comes in, is that when you are finally living with someone and you have those little triggers, you absolutely have to be honest about those things. But you also have to be honest with yourself again, and you have to ask yourself, am I making a big deal out of it? Like, is it a big deal that you just slammed the microwave, or did that just bother me? You understand what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah. Okay, let
Like,
me elaborate. So, what if you being honest, the thing you're going to be honest about can knock the person's morale down? So, let's say, for example, after 10 o'clock, you don't like loud, just noise because that's what you grew up, you, like being used to. But let's say, okay, let's say for example, me at 10 o'clock, let's say me and you was together at 10 o'clock, I'm always doing a podcast and I'm always loud, my voice is loud. Do you think there's a borderline between compromise, or just do you think sometimes you just have to
absolutely,
kind of be
because that's
honest?
no,
Mm.
because that's different. That's your work. That's what you do. This is something that you're
Mm.
passionate about. So, you know, that noise is expected. You understand what I'm saying? That's like us going to watch a movie and expecting the movie volume to be on 20 or something. You get what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in certain situations, you also have to be realistic. Like if you know that your
Yeah,
partner
yeah,
is
yeah.
working towards stuff, right? And you really care about your partner's goals and what they have going, then yeah, those little things aren't gonna bother you.
So
But
are
if it
you
just comes in and
sacrificing? So sorry to cut you off. So that means, are
no,
you
go ahead.
sacrificing your self peace for? Is, don't you think after a while though it might start to take a toll if certain things that it's like, because you're so focused on your partner's dream, do you think that can affect sometimes where you go with your vision and what you like, what annoys you, what your frustrations, if that makes sense?
No, yeah, it does. But
Mm.
it shouldn't, because that's a support thing. You understand
Yeah,
what I'm
okay,
saying?
yeah.
So, like I said, at the end of the day, right? So, like for instance, I'm a gamer. We all know this, right?
Mm.
I rage, Rhino. I sit in here 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm screaming all day long. My neighbors are probably sick of me. You understand what I'm trying to you get what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, this is my livelihood. This is what I love to do. This is my passion, and this is what I'm dedicated to. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
me coming out of the room and telling somebody, yo, like, can you keep it down? Can you? I would never do that, because at the end of the day, like I said, it's about supporting your partner. It's the same thing about rappers and music industry, right? Before you guys get you go out and you're making music in studios and stuff like that, where are you at? You're in your house, you're at your computer, you're playing beats. You know what I mean? You got maybe people over in your house and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? It really just comes down to support in that sense. Now,
Hmm.
if you can't handle that, then that's not an environment you need to be in, because the bigger picture is supporting your spouse. It's not really the noise. And when you love somebody, especially when you love them unconditionally, you're able to set aside what is actually like an issue and what is just being supportive and what they're actually doing.
So what's an issue? Give an example of an issue that you have to raise.
Not everybody cleans the same.
Mm-hmm. So, for example, I'll give an example.
Yeah, you go for it.
If your partner has bad odor, I think it's something you should tell them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then it's not even about whoa. My partner has bad odor. First of all, not only is it a conversation, but we're already in the car halfway to wherever the hell we need to take you to get the problem resolved. Whether that's going to buy better soap, whether that's going to the doctor to see what's wrong with you. You know, it's the same thing with bad.
Oh no, not to that level.
I'm just saying, like, even like your bad, like some people have bad breath. No, I'm being serious. Some people have bad breath, right? It might not even be something that the person knows, because nobody was honest with them that they have bad breath, right? And then nobody told them. So then, you know, that person that finally speaks up and tells them, now we go to the dentist and we figure out that you have like a real severe whatever, you get what I'm saying, that could have affected your health, like, and now we need to get you treated for whatever it is health wise. You understand what I'm trying to say? So I feel like when it's those type of things, it's absolutely important to be honest with your partner, but you should also be honest with your partner and bring a solution. That's how you kill it's always embarrassing when people tell you stuff about yourself, right? Because it is. I've been there. It doesn't feel good. It's embarrassing. You get what I'm saying? But what's more embarrassing when somebody doesn't present a solution for how we can go ahead and fix that issue, or we can get back on track for whatever it is that is the issue or whatever. You get what I'm saying? Instead of being like, oh damn, yo, you stink, like you put deodorant on today, and you're like, yeah, we use the same deodorant, like the same brand and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Instead, it would kind of be like, hey babe, listen, so like I noticed that, like, you know, we use the same deodorant, but like you sweat a little bit more than me. I went out to Walmart, you know, I read up on this. I think that this would be a better brand for you. Let's go ahead and try that. And you should respect that, because your spouse leaves the house, they're a representation of you. What your spouse does represents how, you know what I mean? And you want to be proud of the person that you're with. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to go even around your family and people are like, yo, like Alyssa's girl, like, oh, like you smell that as soon as they walk in the, you know what I mean? Because that's also a reflection off of you. What are you doing for that person that you're not like, yo, you sleep next to that? You know what I mean? Like, it reflects off of you. So I don't know, like, for me, I feel like, you know, as embarrassing and as tough as those conversations are, if you are with someone and this is someone that you are planning on spending the rest of your life with, if you can't be honest and have those tough topics and tough conversations with, then I would hate to see when you guys actually go through something real.
Yeah. Facts.
You can't spend the rest of your life with somebody and not once have to have a tough conversation or a real conversation or something about honesty. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. All right, cool. You know? Let me read this paragraph quick. This is based on what we're talking about. Is it this one? So it says, tell your loved ones as much truth as you can. A 2012 study found that when subjects told three fewer white lies per week, they reported noticeable relief from tension and, what is that word? Melancholy, I think. I've never even ever seen that word before, and fewer physical, it's this monitor that I'm using now. Okay, cool. Yeah, so fewer physical ailments like sore throats and headaches. Maybe that's because lying, even to please someone, means giving up the chance to be genuinely known, understood, and loved as we are. Conversely, if someone's lying to us, then no matter how much we adore him or her, um, we're loving a fiction. Without honesty, people feel emptiness and disconnection. People grow apart when they don't share what's happening to them as they grow. If any of your valued relationships feel strained, you must determine where telling more truth will clear the way to more intimacy. Maybe you've been saying, I'm fine, when you're not fine, concealing problems that affect your mood, or feeling that your loved one isn't being open with you. If you continue to follow rule one, you will know that your only job is to tell your truth, then respond honestly to whatever happens next. If your loved ones match your truth telling by telling more truth themselves, you grow closer. If they lie, you may have to accept and grieve the distance that will continue to open between you. The good news is that as long as you never lie to yourself, you have the clarity to heal from broken connections amazing with amazing speed and form new bonds with more honest
That's what
people.
I said.
So this basically goes as exactly what you said. See, listen, you think that Alyssa wrote this, listen, don't play, don't play, but listen, she's coming with the facts. She's coming with the facts. But no, I agree, man, because if you can't get to that kind of mutual understanding, you're never gonna get nowhere. You're just not compatible, At some point, you have to keep it real with each other. Oh yeah, so big up bath time. Yeah, bath time's good at the words.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Numb depression. Okay. Yeah, I've never heard that. Yeah. And I feel like it's easy to kind of fall in that category where you kind of feel like, you want to. Sometimes you want to say you're fine, but you're not fine. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to bother the person, but over time, it's going to start eating you up.
Absolutely.
You should your part. Yeah, go on.
And it's not healthy, Rhino. You start.
Yeah. I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Big up Jamie in the comments as well, my guy. Big up.
You start to treat people how you feel, and then when the person goes, well, what's wrong? And you keep telling them nothing. And you can obviously sense that there's something wrong. It just puts everything is just bad after that. Your aura is bad, the energy's bad, the environment's bad. It's not a good feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. So listen, people, build towards the truths. And I want to think of another example of a situation where you might have to lie though. But more time, you just have to be honest, man. But like I said, I just feel like when it comes to females, I feel like if we're too honest with you guys don't like it, man.
That's because the female
you guys will start saying,
race.
Yeah, so where's the balance then? If you guys are emotional, you guys are sensitive, how honest can we be? Even if we're not being rude about it, we're just being brutally honest. How honest? You guys want us to be honest, but sometimes it's like we're setting ourselves up to get shot in the foot.
Right. Absolutely. But it's the same thing with kids, and I think that when we raise kids, it's important to be very honest with them about certain things. Now, obviously, we're not going to give them the adult breakdown of stuff. You get what I'm saying? But, the whole point of truth telling is to break illusions. It's to break free from illusions. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, like I said, some people will be very, very clear with you about the fact that they want to know the truth. And then there's other people that will never seek the truth from you. You understand what I'm saying? They will never try to come and ask you anything because they know that they're not in a position to receive the truth.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a thing too. And especially for relationships, like when you get with someone, right? I think that we all have relationship trauma, right? And even watching our parents date and our cousins and our family members, right? Or even just women or men in society, we sometimes feel like we either lack something or we fall short of something, or we are insecure, like you said, about something, right? So when we meet someone new, we try to hide those insecurities. We try to hide that with pride and ego and stuff like that. But what happens is that when you really get into a relationship and you fall in love with people, two things are going to happen. You're either going to become the runner because you told all these lies and there's no way for you to come back, and you're just scared to show that person who it is you actually are. Um, or you know what? You're gonna find somebody who really is not really paying attention to you, because anyone who lets anyone who can't see through your insecurities, is that really love? When somebody really cares about you, they pay attention to everything, right? So like your woman goes and she gets her hair done, she gets her nails done, her feet done, she comes home in a new outfit. You notice that. You're like, oh shit, babe, yo, you got your hair done? Oh, nice nails. Oh, nice whatever. It's kind of the same thing with insecurities. When you wake up with somebody and you go to sleep with someone every single day, you're in routines with someone every single day, whether they tell you what their insecurities are or not, you can see what they are. You get what I'm saying? Like, so it's just better to kind of grow those bonds with people on a level of everybody just saying, hey, I'm not perfect, because that's really the reality of the human race. Like, no one is perfect, right? So if you
So
go,
so what about if I meet a female and she looks a certain way, but it's hidden under the makeup and her wig, and then over time, me and that female become more serious, and at the same time, that female is very insecure to show her real self. What does she do then? If you're her, what do you advise her? Because she's now put herself in a situation where she's got to a point
Mhm.
where she's kind of faked it till she's made it. What happens next? Does she face the truth and whatever happens happens, or does she just carry on?
um, it really comes down. It's not on her. It comes down to the spouse. Um, even though she, like I said, she's lying. Let's say one day she just decides to just, or you wake up next to her, whatever, right? No wig, no makeup on, none of that stuff. Um, it kind of comes down to the fact of, it comes down to the spouse. Yes, you can be insecure, but again, when you're in a real connection with someone, you're supposed to feel safe. You're supposed to feel
I'm talking
comfortable.
about I'm talking about early stages, though. Listen, I'm
Early
talking about like
stages,
dating. Yeah, like you don't
nah,
know,
I don't.
and when it's time to sleep over, the person's always avoiding it, and because
Nah,
she doesn't want
bro.
to, she doesn't want you to catch her lacking.
Uh, it's not realistic for me. That's
What do you
catfishing.
advise her? What do you advise her though?
I feel
This
I feel
is
like
this
people
is
should be
your
honest. Like, people should, like, it's okay to be insecure, but again, even at the beginning, first of all, you shouldn't be dating to just, like, yeah, you can date people, whatever, right? But at the point of somebody sleeping over your house, that's a little bit more serious. You understand what I'm saying? This is,
yeah.
you're at the intimacy part of your relationship. So, if you can let somebody touch your body and be inside of you, then you can let them see you for who you are. You understand what I'm trying to
Mm.
say? And like I said, that's a form of gaslighting and
So is
catfish.
it catfishing, or is it just
No,
I
it's
lack of
catfish.
confidence?
No, it's catfish. That's like somebody putting on a Photoshop and making themselves 100 pounds lighter on the picture, and then you get there and they're like 500 pounds, and they go, "Oh, well, I'm insecure, so that's why I Photoshop myself to look like
All
I'm
right,
100 pounds."
all right, cool. All right, cool. When I say insecurity or lack of confidence, I mean as in cool. If I'm dating let's say I put myself in that situation, yeah. I'm dating this female. I know she's wearing makeup, so at some point I'm gonna think what she looks without it. So technically, she's not catfishing.
No,
She's clearly
makeup
wearing.
is different though. Every woman wears makeup.
Nah, but there's some makeup that could transform them. Nah, I've seen some mad.
What's
Listen,
the
now
question?
let me put up an
Yeah,
example. Let me
what's
put
the
up an
uh,
example. Let me
I've
put up
seen,
an
I know.
example.
Listen. I was married to a makeup artist for 7 years. I understand. Trust me. I've seen transformations.
And
All right.
makeup can change the shape of your nose. It can
Yes.
change. Listen,
Yes, it can.
listen.
Absolutely. It could change the shape of your nose. It could change your eyebrows. It could change a lot of things. But like, I love natural women, but I love a girl who could put on a face and look, you know what I mean? Like, that's just a part of, like, for me, I feel like that's just a part of a woman's culture. Like, some women are just, like, they just love makeup.
Look at this. This is a very good example. This, if you guys laugh in the comments, you guys are bad.
Bro, you should
Bath
be
Time's
honest.
asking you. Bath Time's asking you if you found out that you had exactly 27 years to live, would you tell your partner?
No.
Nope. So Bath Time, there's your answer. And Jamie here says catfish. Look at this, people. Look at the difference, bro. This is crazy.
Here we go.
Ignore
Let's
what
see
I
it.
typed. Like, look at that. That's nuts to me. But that's the thing. If I'm dating the person on the right, look at the no, I love it. If I get 1 million followers, I'll show you how I do it. It's so clout. But I'm flipping the narrative of what she just said. She's just saying, oh no, it's basically what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Look.
Yeah, but look
which
at how
one?
she's look at how the angle is. You feel me? Like it's not flattering either. Like she's not like sitting up with her head straight. She's forcing the double chin. She's biting her lip.
Wait.
She has her head tilted. You know what I mean? Like, of course.
Let me find a better one because Alyssa wants to pick the fan details. Okay.
Now the girl down here that looks like fucking Casper, and then her tone is evened out. This girl right here, you know, I think that was just a color correction, to be honest. But
look,
bro, there's no way those are the same people, bro.
Are you reading the caption?
No.
Are you reading the caption?
No, I didn't read it. No, I didn't read it.
That's what I'm saying. It's so funny that I knew you didn't read it.
No, I didn't.
You know what I'm saying? This is mad. But that's what I'm saying.
Bro,
when you link the person on the right, you know it's makeup. So is she really catfishing though?
Rhino, look at her hair, Rhino. That is not the same woman, Rhino.
How is it not the same woman?
Rhino, this lady has like a blonde, whatever the hell that is. I don't even know what that is. The girl on the other side definitely has like, it's like a deeper
hair
brown.
can be dyed and treated, man. I think you could do anything. But when your eyes can look, you can make your chin look smaller and bigger. Hair must be a light work, you know. hair must be light work. But what I'm saying to you is it catfishing if you know she's wearing makeup? Like,
if she looks like that.
So, are you trying to say that?
Yeah, because now I'm shallow. Like, what if I really like you? What if I really like you? What if I really like you?
So now Alyssa's basically saying it depends how ugly you are.
Yo, bro, does this lady even have teeth in her mouth? Like, I'm confused. I'm rattled. That is not the same person. I can't.
So it depends how ugly you are.
Oh my god.
If you're very ugly, then it's catfishing. But if you're not that ugly, it's not catfishing. So
that is not the same person. This girl is like 100 pounds, and the other one is like not. Look at their neck. It's not the same person. There's no way. Rhino, where are you finding these pictures, Rhino?
I'm just trying to find. I'm just doing this on the fly, man.
Where are these pictures coming from? Because I'm literally
scared.
Cool.
This is a good example. No, it's scary. It's just scary. I'm telling you, it's just scary. Look at this.
Such a photogenic dog.
That's mad to me, man.
Okay. All right. This is more acceptable. I'm glad you found this one. Bet. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hear me out.
That's such a photogenic dog.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious. All right. Let's just be honest though, because this is a way better picture right here. We're in a better situation here, okay?
Yeah, go on.
She's still a beautiful girl. You get what I'm saying? And if you look at her with makeup and you look at her without makeup, there's really not a lot of a difference. The only thing that's really a difference is that her skin looks, you know, what makeup does.
But that could be someone's make or break, though. That could be someone's make or break, you know?
Yeah, but you can't expect somebody to look like that. You get what I'm saying? When you know when you know it's
What do you
makeup.
mean? What do you
Like
wait?
I feel like this is a natural.
Wait.
I feel like this is natural. This is natural. So like if your girl takes off her
No,
makeup, right?
elaborate.
If
What do
your
you mean I can't expect it to look like that? What does like that mean?
like that means like all dolled up and like face painted and stuff, man.
So
You feel me?
so you're saying natural beauty is dead. We've lost natural beauty, it's dead. There's no
I
natural
don't know.
beauty
I don't
anymore.
wear makeup. Am I ugly?
Okay, so you're comparing your so is she ugly?
No, I don't think she's ugly. That's what. Well, listen, look. This is what I'm saying. Okay, what I'm saying.
No.
What I'm saying is, if you look at the picture with her makeup on, okay, and then you look at her picture with no makeup on, all right,
Yeah.
she still at least looks like the same person. Chat, come on, chat. Does she not at least look like? Yo, we just saw horror stories
that's not
just
make.
now.
He's
I just saw a picture and was like, yo, that's the same person, and like freaked out. You feel me? This girl
you said
here,
that's not makeup. It's in the byline. It's clear. It's a filter.
oh, that could be a filter.
So we could talk about filters as well. Is filters catfishing? Our filters catfishing people.
I take filtered pictures because I like the filter. You feel me?
So makeup is catfishing, Alyssa. When a woman wears makeup, it's catfishing.
Yo, catfishing is like what you said, taking off a wig, washing your face off, taking out your dentures. You feel me? That's catfishing.
So every woman that wears a wig is catfishing. To your theory.
To an extent. So like if
you
you're
hear
a guy,
you hear that women in the chat?
No,
you're
listen,
wearing a wig, you're a
seriously,
catfish.
To an extent, okay. Like if let's say like if okay, to an extent, guys. If you're someone who appreciates I hate this shit. If you're someone who appreciates natural beauty, right? Or like let's say that one of the things that attract you or turns you on, right, is long, luscious, beautiful hair. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you see your girl, she comes out, you know, whatever. Bam, this girl,
Alyssa,
wow, she got.
Look at that. Look at that comment.
People who have cancer wear a wig. Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about. Those again fall under circumstances. And somebody who has cancer is not getting into a fucking relationship right now. Okay, they are usually either already into a relationship.
So they don't deserve love.
That's not what I said. I said that they're not getting into a relationship right now. They got too much stuff to focus on to be out here just.
But what if that's their escape?
What
if that's their peace? Like
right,
get into a relationship, finding love. What if that's their escape? And what if the
Rhino? Then that's a first date conversation, Rhino. I have cancer. Like, what are we talking about? Imagine.
Oh, so it's so honesty. So now we're going back to honesty. You have to be
honest. Imagine imagine having cancer and not telling the person that you're on a date with that you have cancer. That's like telling them that you don't, you know, like, I mean, I get it. People do it all the time, but like, bro, like perception is a thing too. Like you can tell.
Someone says here you can't keep a straight face, apparently.
Yeah. Because there's so many, because there's no black and white with catfish. There's a lot of gray area. You understand what I'm saying? We can sit here and say that somebody who's missing their 2 front teeth and got implants under 2 front teeth are catfishing. Why? Because their real image is what? Them being toothless, right? But in reality, that's not. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, there's levels to this stuff. You can't say not every situation, not every scenario. It's the same way how we're sitting here saying, hey, sometimes we can lie, sometimes we should tell the truth, right? Or we should always tell the truth. But hey, there's that one situation where you can lie. That's the same shit with makeup. It's the same shit with all of that. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about you know, it's based off of scenarios. Imagine only having 27 years to live and not telling your partner. I mean, Crazy. At the end of the day, people spend 50 years together and they die anyway. So it's just like, I feel like if I was like really dying, if I knew I only had 27 years to live, right? And I'm in a healthy relationship, I got beautiful kids, you know, I would spend those years making sure that when I'm gone, my family would be in a really great position. I think that's the responsibility that I owe to them. And then I owe them all the best memories that I can give them within those 27 years. I don't want it to be a countdown. I don't want my kids to wake up and say, Mommy only has 20 years left. Mommy only has 18 years left, because then we're not counting the years of life. We're not living anymore. We're counting down my death. And that's robbing your family of joy and just all the precious memories that you can make within those years. You know what I mean? If I know I'm gone in 27 years, we're traveling, we're taking pictures. I'm doing what I can so that we can be in the best situation ever. And then when I do pass and my will is left and my letter is left to my family, you know, I will gladly be able to explain that I didn't want to put them. I have to live with that every day, knowing that in that every year that turns, while you say happy birthday, while you say more life, is a year closer to the day that I die. Why would I want anybody else to go through that for 27 years? We're not talking about saying, hey, I have a year to live. I have a year to live. Absolutely. Babe, listen, this is what happened. I have a year to live. Fine. We go through this year together. I pass. We move on. 27 years is a long time to just sit there and count away 27 years on waiting for somebody to pass away. That picture is insane. That's catfishing.
This is catfishing.
I don't care.
The last image you said is just her skin. This is just her skin, technically.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. She's just got spots on that, and her skin's not smooth. Her eyes are the same shape.
You know
her
why
lips
I
are the
said
same
it?
shape. Her
Yeah,
nose is the
but
same shape.
hair and the makeup and yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know. What's the exact
So is this
amount of
catfishing?
time? Rhino, you go out with your girl to dinner. Okay. She looks like that. You get in the crib, she snatches her wig off, and her hair looks like that. Like that. Okay. What's your reaction?
She might have alopecia or something.
If we're talking about diseases, guys, and stuff like that, do whatever it takes to make yourself feel better. Absolutely.
ATG said I'm leaving off the rip.
You feel me? Like, you know. But again, we all, as humans, we all have to be realistic. Like right now, my hair is
so
down
the
to stuff
ugly,
like
the ugly. So no, but I want to get to the bottom of this. So the uglier you are, the more catfish it is. So that means ugly people are catfishers, basically.
I feel like if you're wearing natural makeup to enhance your natural look already, then that's not catfishing. You understand what I'm saying?
That's what makeup does. Makeup enhances your natural look.
No, I mean, yeah, but not really. Like your woman could be beautiful, but then on the wedding day, she gets her makeup done and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like,
so why does she need makeup on the wedding day if she's actually beautiful?
Because like it's a girl thing. Like makeup is just a girl thing. Why do guys like sports?
So you're comparing the like of
makeup is a hobby.
So wait, you're comparing makeup. You're comparing us liking and watching a competitive sport to female
women liking makeup
to women catfishing, basically.
Not catfishing, to women liking makeup. Makeup is the hobby. Watching sports is the hobby. Makeup, some women just like to play with makeup. It doesn't matter how beautiful they are. Some of the most beautiful women in the industry own makeup lines. Naturally beautiful. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, so I've got something here for you. Can you read this up for us, please?
I can't see that.
Oh, shall I read it for you?
Yeah. What's it say? Oh, here we go. Cosmetics designed to enhance alters one experience. Makeup can be used.
Now read that out loud. Read that out loud.
Cosmetics designed to enhance or alters one's appearance.
Say that again.
Rhino.
No, just one more time because we're talking about makeup. So I've just defined it. What is? Go on. Sorry. I cut you off. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. Go
on. Cosmetics designed to enhance, alter one's appearance.
Can be used to conceal blemishes, enhance one's natural features, such as eyebrows and eyelashes, add color to a person's face, or change the appearance of the face entirely to resemble a different person, creature, or object. So technically, everyone that wears makeup is a catfish, according to and if you're not naturally
I mean,
wearing
yo,
makeup,
screw it. If that's where we're going with it, then that's where we're going with it.
no, I'm
Because
joking. No,
at the end of the day, yes. Let's just wrap it up. Let's put it like this. Let's put it like
Yeah.
this. At the end of the day, anything that you are not being in your authentic self is a lie.
Okay. There's no way. Then I saw a female use makeup to make herself look completely different. She was much older but looked young as F. Yep.
Yeah, because guys do it too.
Not gonna lie, I want my woman to be completely pure, no makeup, natural beauty. If you have that confidence in yourself, then you're confident in all. Facts.
I
Facts.
feel you. But some people don't do makeup because they're insecure. Some people do makeup because it's a hobby and it's something that they enjoy to do.
So hobby is a justifiable excuse to faking your looks,
Because there's levels to this. There is a such thing as doing natural makeup. Look up natural makeup.
Mm-hmm. So what's the purpose of natural makeup?
So like you have pimples on your face or whatever, or you got your period this month and your period pimples on your face or something like that, or let's just say you didn't get your eyebrows done last week or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of just filling in, or let's just say that your skin isn't naturally even on certain things. You get what I'm saying? Like that's just you doing little corrections and hiding like little blemishes and stuff like that. But it's not, painting on your eyebrows and then you wash your face and you have no eyebrows. It's not, it's not a natural woman curling her hair and taking off a wig that is curled. You understand where I'm going with this? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get it.
It's a certain, it's just natural makeup. Like there is natural looks, you don't have to be all extravagant like some of these picked, like this Barbie girl, whatever, right here in the fucking.
So you think that? So do you? So what we're kind of summarizing is just how bad how drastic the changes.
Absolutely.
If the changes too drastic, then we can call it catfish. And obviously, I was running jokes, getting a bit of laughter.
Yeah,
in the,
for sure.
Chat, but yeah, I agree, man. I feel like you should be allowed touch ups here and there. I was gonna say if you have a car, you're not gonna leave it dirty, but that might be a crap analogy.
Yeah, it won't be.
You know what I mean? It's just if you have a car, you're gonna buff up get it buffed up sometimes. Even though it looks nice when it's just washed, you might add an extra buff, an extra shine to it. You know what I'm saying? Just to glow up a bit. You feel me? When you're taking pictures, you're gonna take a picture with the light. You feel me? You're not gonna use it in the dark. The light, just you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's kind of all right to brighten up yourself.
Or you go to work and you want to just, you want to just feel good. You want to look presentable. You know what I mean? We're not talking about every female in the world doing club makeup every day. You know what I mean? Or glamour makeup or anything like that. We're talking about a natural look, a little bit of lip liner, some shade for the brows, a concealer for their dark circles. We all have dark circles. Shit, like, you know what I mean? I have face tattoos, so there's been times where I've had to do my makeup to hide my tattoos. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it just, not all makeup is glamour makeup.
So blemishes is fine. Jamie says he needs that organic free range girl.
Yeah, but you guys say that and then you don't look at those girls. You're going to look at the girl on the right a lot faster than you're looking at the girl on the left. And that's
true.
Also...
Is she right? Is she right, Jamie?
And that's also the pressure. That's the pressure of society as well. Because as much as we say we love a natural woman, unless if that natural woman is extremely beautiful, they're getting overlooked by the girl who can upkeep that persona, that maintenance. You know what I mean? Like,
He says not me, Alyssa. He says not me. Jamie, so you guys, let me zoom it in to show you what kind of girls Jamie likes, people. So Jamie likes the one before. So Alyssa said he's going for the right. So Jamie likes these ones, the lefts. Big up Jamie in the building.
They're the girls on the bottom, because I don't know, these top girls look a little, I don't know. Like, see how she doesn't have a tattoo on her neck? But her hairline, like, this is the thing with this girl right here. Like, okay, her tattoo is covered, right? Her hairline is still pretty much the same. Her hair color is still the same, right? But she has contacts in. Her eyes are blue. You know?
Oh,
like,
yeah,
okay, now this girl right here, this first girl, Maya or whatever, right? That's a naturally beautiful woman. You know what I mean? Before the after and the after.
So like, can she go to a wedding looking like how she looks on the left?
She could, but why?
Why not?
Because look at how she looks.
If she's an advocate of natural beauty, why not?
She ain't no advocate. She's a woman. And she's going to a function, so she's gonna look her best.
So natural. So where's the thin line between natural beauty and makeup then? If you want to be natural and that's not your best, why does makeup? It sounds like I know the answer to this, but I just want to know why you can't be naturally your best.
Insecurities, man.
True. Let me go through these comments. Give me 1 second. So sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm gonna wrap up soon, people. Couple minutes. We're wrapping up.
Society,
if your eyebrows are messed up, I get you don't want to be embarrassed, but when using makeup to cover everything, it's nuts. Yeah,
I agree.
Basically what we said. There are females that are insecure and have to use makeup. That's when us kings and queen gotta build each other's confidence up, so they don't gotta use makeup or be forced to be on a diet. Yeah, I agree. To an extent, I feel like whose fault is insecurity? Is it the person's fault? Is it society's fault? Or is it both?
I'm gonna say it's society's fault, but that's just me.
Comments. You guys in the comments, let me know whose fault is insecurity. Is beauty in the eye of the beholder, or is it because of the pressures of society?
Beauty is definitely in the eye of the beholder, but because beauty is definitely in the eye of the beholder, and I think that's where that comes into, like, when you really like somebody and somebody has a great personality, they naturally kind of become beautiful to you because of who they are as a person, right? So it doesn't matter what they wear, how they look, whatever the case is, right? Somebody's personality can really just do it for you, and then you are a little blind. You're like, that person looks better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
It's society, because at the end of the day, like I said, a lot of people do date more natural girls than what you see on the internet, right? Not every girl out here has a BBL. Not every girl is out here. There are women that
BBL catfishing.
I don't know.
Like
it's not real. It's not real. Like the BBL.
So it's catfishing. BBLs are catfishing too.
The BBL shape of your body is the thin hips, the fat ass. It's
catfishing. Bath Time says here, oh, I know who that blonde girl with the necktie is. She was Miss America or something a few years ago and then went a bit mad with body modifications. Crazy. Jamie says, be confident in your fam self. I think that's meant to be damn self. Big up Jada as always. Mrs. Jada said so. Makeup is used to cover up what we feel like is our insecurities. It's a confidence booster.
I agree with that.
So to elaborate from that, so we are in charge of our insecurities, they're not society. Whatever we feel is our insecurity is what's going to make us feel insecure. Because I feel like you can be confident. Like, for example, I'm going to give a perfect personal example. me, I'm dark skinned, innit?
Mhm.
I remember back in the day, everyone used to be like, "Oh, you're black, you're this, da da da." Like it just used to be a thing. And then as time evolved, people started to embrace it. You started to hear more darker the berry, sweeter the juice,
Right,
or your
right.
skin is soft and all of that stuff. So I went from an era of it kind of being laughed at or you considered less than the lighter skinned person. And I
Right.
think it's a heavy in America, no? The whole dark skin and whatever. Or it might be different. I might be unaware, but over time it evolved and people started to embrace it. And then dark skinned people started to have their kind of their own market, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So you had the people like Morris Chestnut
Mhm.
and people started to embrace more, and opposed to looking at someone like Chris Brown or Trey Songz and
Right,
etc.
right.
You feel me? Big up Jamie in the building.
Yo,
Big up
Yo.
Jamie's in the building. Yeah.
continue.
So obviously, if I know and I'm confident in how I look and I don't care what people think, that's not going to make me insecure. You know,
Right.
no matter what anybody says. So maybe it is up to me because society doesn't tell me what I'm insecure about. It can influence it, but
Mhm.
I still have the final decision. So is it a thing where maybe it's a weak mentality? Is insecurity a weak mentality?
I don't think it's a weak mentality. I think it's the
Or does it
pressure. The
depend? Does it
pressure.
depend what is the pressure? Yeah.
It's the pressure, to always
Mm.
fix something. Because if I let me use myself as an example, okay? So I have a shape up. If I pick up my hair, right, my entire, like, literally, I have an entire shape up, right? And it's just one of those things that I never felt that pressure of like, oh, I need to wear makeup or I should wear makeup, or you know what I mean? But
Mm.
when it comes to other stuff, like when it comes to like, you know, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of it is just it's pressure. Like you're always gonna be your worst critic. So no
Yeah.
matter how good you look, when you see something else, you're gonna kind of like it is kind of like a weak mentality thing. It's not even a weak mentality thing. It's the lack of confidence. It's not being confident in yourself and who you are enough to be your authentic self. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
So
Plus the herd
yeah, go on,
mentality as
Jay.
well. Sorry, the herd mentality in terms of trying to fit in.
Right. And the fitting
Yeah.
the fitting in, right.
Yeah.
Which is why most people lie in the first place or do these things in the first place. Nobody does all of this for no reason. You get what I'm saying? They do it to fit in. Exactly what Jamie just said. Some girls
Because
can't show up to an event with their homegirls in a bland face because she knows that they're all decked out with their Gucci bags and she's not showing up to a group of women who she knows got $300 nails and stuff like that and feels comfortable around those women wearing a Ross dress and
so why
some,
don't she
you know,
just so why don't she surround herself with people that are more on their level? Why does she have to be with someone higher than their level?
no, because what Jamie said, people like to fit in and people aren't
Yeah, but
confident.
you can fit in with smaller people, can't you?
Yeah, but why fit in with smaller people when that society and that group accepts you for what you already presenting to them?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like you're not
Yeah.
going to get the same benefits. It's the same thing with truth tellers and liars. You're not getting the same benefits that you get telling the truth that you do lying. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like even though your whole foundation comes crumbling down from lying eventually, and at the end of the day, people who do tell the truth end up rewarded through karma, but it still is that much so. Like the girl that has those type of friends, they're doing stuff. They're upkeeping that. They're all doing that together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
You're not
100%.
gonna go. You're not gonna go chill with. You're not gonna go chill with basic bitches when you have Barbie bitches. You're just not gonna do that.
No, facts, 100%. ATG Ghost here says, I feel like it's the society and this generation. Yeah, this generation's crazy. I can't lie.
Backwards.
Hella facts. Bath Time says here, insecurity is true for men, etc., but they tend not to use makeup at the same frequency, and gender differences are social constructs. So it's a fair assumption it's societal. Yep.
Big facts.
100%.
No, but
big facts.
I'll say for guys as well, like
Mm-hmm.
for us, it's about us looking good. So we have to get in the gym, or we have to look fly in the latest strip, or whatever the case may be. So there is societal pressures and insecurities there. But yeah.
Yep.
Continue.
Yep. 100%. ATG Ghost says BBO is catfishing. At ATG, when I have a lot of my female friends that have had their BBOs on the show that I've got coming up, I want to see you in the comments, you know.
Bro,
I want to see you asking some questions.
Of course,
BBO. So big up ATG. I got Jamie as well. You better be there. You better. You're gonna be on the panel anyway. Why am I asking?
Yeah, I know,
you're part of the furniture, bro.
For us, see, for us, yeah, guys.
Yeah.
When we don't look good, we have to hit the gym.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say to you. We're not gonna do the cosmetic surgery.
Right. You're not gonna go get your body done.
So what about the man them that are doing their hairline, spraying their beards and all of that? What is that catfish?
They're weirdos. Sorry.
Hey, the way Alyssa's a catfish is like she pressed the buzzer, bang, like catfish. She didn't even want to. Yeah, Jamie, what was you saying?
Yeah, no, they're weirdos.
You take a shower and your hairline washes off, catfish.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Same way, if you take a shower and your eyebrows wash off, and you have none, we're not talking about a natural just painting them darker and making them look full. We're talking about you wipe your shit and they're not there. They're non-existent.
All right, cool. So what about the guys that go and get their hairlines done permanently? Is that catfishing?
100%, bro. I think this generation is too image driven. That's exactly what it is.
Even though they've taken real hair follicles from the back of their hair.
That don't mean nothing to me. Why are you trying to fight Father Time for? Get me? Age gracefully. If you're going bald, you're going bald. You feel me?
Yeah.
Some girls like
bald.
It. Some girls like bald guys, so I don't get it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, facts. It's true. Embrace it. Whatever beauty is actually in the eye of the beholder. Yeah. Big up Jada as always. Both play their part. So this is when we was talking about is it society or is it the person that's feeling the insecurities? She says both play their part. Both men and women have things about themselves that they aren't happy with, and seeing the edited pictures and surgery-filled influences plays on their minds. Yep.
Image
very
driven.
True.
Image driven.
Yep. I like the real thing, big, small for real, but BBO, no. Yeah, DJ, you better be there. You better be there. He says, or ATG said he's say less, he's there. Big up. Let's get through the last few comments and we're going to wrap up. Some of them are looking crazy out here. No, 100%. Walkie is there rolling, laughing. False lashes. What's false lashes?
Oh my God. Listen, my pet peeve for real, right?
Yeah.
Like, is when these girls wear these lashes, bro, that look like you can't even see their eye anymore, bro. Like,
oh yeah.
Like, bro, like
them was like catch raindrops and that.
Yeah, they're ready to take flight.
There's a thing as a natural lash. You know what I'm saying? They even do like lash extensions, right? Where they like add a little bit of lashes to your purse, but they're natural. You still look natural. You're just filling it in, right? But these girls,
is that still catfishing?
I don't know. I just feel like that's just enhancing what you already have without it, like, you know. You're not cosmetically changing. You're not cosmetically changing. You're not painting on a hairline.
So that means,
permanently, you know?
Yeah, but filling your eyelashes is the same as spraying your beards. It's the same thing.
Bro, if you got
it's exactly the same.
No.
So why have you justified natural? Man said natural eyelashes. It's not natural. It's all cap.
There's a such thing as natural eyelashes.
So all right, cool. If you fill your eyelashes, it enhances. They use what?
No, I was reading Bad Time. That's what they use, wipies.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna get to that comment. Bath Time says instead of focusing on weight, clothes, etc., what about things you can't change, such as height? Are Cuban Hills catfishing? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You wearing platforms, and then we get into the crib, and you take your platforms off, bro.
But is it? So wait, I want to ask you a question, both of you. What's the definition of catfish?
I don't know. Look it up. Give us the real definition. What's the internet definition? What's the real definition of catfish?
All right. So the definition
deceit, being deceitful.
I would say anything that alters the reality.
Yeah.
But let's see what the real internet
So
definition
it
is.
says, what is a catfish? A catfish is someone who sets up a fake online profile to trick people who are looking for love, usually to get money out of them. So that's just the
okay,
actual,
like the general.
Yeah, but obviously we've evolved the
Right.
definition. So what is it meant by catfishing somebody? Catfishing refers to when a person takes information and images, typically from other people, and uses them to create a new identity for themselves. So
That's
basically, just alter it to the point that you just look complete. You got different. You got
look
a
like a
different
different
ID.
person. Right.
Yeah. So going back to this now, like, if you can see the heels and you know the person is short or without the heels, is it technically catfishing?
No, they're wearing heels.
But you just said it was catfishing before.
No, we're talking about if you're wearing like heels,
Or saying
heels,
pumps
heels-
or whatever you guys called it.
platforms.
Platforms.
But that's like, okay, let me put it like this. That's like taking your Nikes and buying a sole, whatever, and adding like an inch to your Nikes or something like that to make yourself taller. Yeah, you're catfishing your height. You're lying about how tall you are for real. You get what I'm saying? But like, if a woman shows up in a dress and some heels, that's a part of her outfit. Heels are an accessory. Like, that's not a catfish. That's a part of her outfit. It's a part of your wardrobe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, 100%.
that's the difference there, you know?
100%.
It's not like she's coming out of the house and you can't see her feet and she's telling you, yeah, I'm 5'10" naturally. You got what I'm saying? Yeah, you're lying. Like, you know?
No, when you said that and you ended it with, or like, she's got no feet, I just pictured it like
yeah, like just ankles.
And it reminds me of a story that I told someone, but I'll probably tell that to my members once my channel becomes partnered again. I'll have some special comment just for the special videos just for the members. We'll be talking about some interesting stuff, man. And you can get to know more about me in the panel as well. People like Jamie, people like Alyssa. We'll talk about some real stuff. But let's go through these comments. ATG Ghost says 1000% this generation is all about imagery. Waki says, I don't like females wearing false lashes. Said it's a turn off. Bath Time says here, I always wonder how them girls with huge nails wipe their BB.
It's true though. They don't bath time. They're not. They're going out.
Bath time. A persistent attempt to mislead. Yeah, that's a good definition for catfishing. Pretending to be something you're not. Yep. So that's what I'm saying with context. So that means filling your beard is it that bad?
No.
What if it's just a little bit, just a little gap? You know what I mean? I might have to do a little fill here and there. You know what I mean? Am I a catfish?
Yes.
Bath Time says, I rate how you basically called Rishi Sunak a catfish.
I don't think that's catfishing. Because if he has the whole beard already, like, okay, catfishing would be he has a baby face and then he puts the whole beard, right? That's altering his entire thing, right?
Yeah.
But like, if he's missing a patch of hair, and the man is just trying to fill in his beard that he already has.
Yeah, keep going. This. So hold the fork. Give me 1 second.
My bad. Like, you know, I don't think that's catfish.
So what about guys who wear heels? Do you think that's catfish?
That's something else, Jamie, that I can't say publicly without getting canceled. Even if I do represent and come from a community.
That's understandable.
I have my own feelings about certain stuff.
I'm sure we share the same.
Yeah. People I guess I figured out in my older age that I'm a conservative gay. Okay. And I have a lot of issues with a lot of the stuff that society does within that. So
like giving children the power to choose what gender they want to be.
Something like that.
Totally understandable.
I feel like we weren't really growing up in our generation. We weren't really as confused as kids are now.
Oh,
And it's not just kids. I kind of blame adults, and again, society. There's nothing wrong with being proud of who you are. But I think as a whole, and I think this is for every community, I think this is, off topic, but for every community out there, I think everybody has drifted very far from what the main purpose and goal of things are.
100%.
So whether that's being racist, whether that's being gay, whether that's, being an animal, whatever, I just feel like the human race has just kind of separated from the goal, right? So from the generation that we come from, right, we're used to the older generation telling us and beating stories into our head about how they fought for wars, they fought for freedom, they fought for rights, they fought, for all of this stuff. And now I feel like in this society, in this generation, people fight for acceptance and validation. They're not really fighting for anything that matters. And that's just my personal opinion. You know what I mean?
Big fact. I agree with that.
15 years ago, gays were fighting for the right to just be acknowledged and share to be married. That's all they wanted. They just wanted to be seen as equals. The same thing for every person and race, whether that's, African American people, Latino people, white people, whatever, anybody. Everybody has in history fought their way to be able to give us the rights that we have today in today's society. So when we see people go live and their arguments are very far from those subjects, and there's really no basis of what they're not fighting for anything besides to be accepted and validated. That's just the reality,
Yeah. That's it. I think clout is the new drug, isn't it? So
absolutely.
Everyone wants to be seen.
Clout is definitely a drug.
And you know why clout is a drug? Well, not why clout per se is a drug, but even with the younger kids and YouTubers and stuff like that, right? In our day and age growing up, and I feel like I could say this because I am a lesbian, right? So when I was young, you guys all know the brand Gap, right?
Yeah.
Well, Gap is GAP, right? So in the 5th grade, I used to get bullied because people would be well, gay ass people is what they would say.
Well, I didn't know that. That's not what I meant, but yeah.
No. But that was.
Sorry to cut you. Did you know from that age that you were girls?
To be honest, I've had experiences, but I don't think I was old enough to understand sexuality. I just understood more so of emotions, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it.
So I was always attracted to women. I was always, like I said, at a very young age, I had experiences with women or, just certain things that, I already knew from a very young age that I was just a little bit different because of how I felt when I was with my guy friends and how I felt when I was with my girlfriends. Yeah. You get what I'm trying to say? On an emotional level. But in our day and age, when we were younger, that wasn't really something that was out in the open. We didn't talk about gay people the way we do now. It wasn't everywhere, right? How it is today. It wasn't as open. So even if you had a gay cousin or a gay uncle, you didn't know until you were in your late 30s or 40s, you know what I mean? Where you're
very, very true.
Right. You're oh wow, they were a couple. I thought they were roommates. You know what I mean? So from that perspective, like I said, in the 5th grade, I used to get bullied a lot because, even if I wore nice clothes, but Gap, for instance, right? Gay ass people. My mom makes fun of me all the time. Okay. Because I literally went home one day and I made her throw out all my Gap clothes, refused to wear anything from Gap. I was just no, it's not funny. I don't want to be called that, all of that or whatever. Right. So that's what I'm trying to say. I think that it just wasn't as open as it is now. And people don't realize that we've come a long way and people have actually fought for real rights, opposed to just arguing about who's wearing makeup and different genders.
I think what it is as well is the internet and social media has it's made people feel their opinion is valid.
Jamie, yes, that's it. Thank you for saying that because that's where the whole story of the Gap thing came into place. So growing up, like I said, the 5th grade, I was going through all of that, right? And then, people always made fun of you and stuff like that. But then you go online and you see these young YouTubers, 15, 16, 17 years old, doing a whole bunch of gay shit, right? Excuse my language. That's the truth, right? They're like being real sus with their homeboys, being sus with the community. And because they have a large following, because people, they're clouded, people are like, oh yeah, that's cool. They're just doing it for the clout. No, that's not okay. It's not okay. The same way that, kids get bullied every day because of their sexuality. So it can't be one thing that it's not acceptable when you're living a IRL day-to-day life, and then you have kids on the internet just being sus because it's getting them attention. It's very different.
Yeah.
That shit is not funny to me. Like, a lot of YouTubers and stuff like that really did lose my respect because of, and I've always been that person. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how many views you have. I don't care who you are, what type of house you live in. What's yours is not mine. What do they say? What I eat doesn't make you shit, right? So I'm a very hard person to impress when it comes down to you impress me by your character, a conversation we can have, your intellect. That's how you impress me. You taking me to the most expensive place, throwing money at me, or making me laugh. I love to laugh. That's how you really get my attention. Because that's genuine. You get what I'm saying? All that other stuff, following, clout, money, cars, reputation, all of that stuff is, you can be him today and you won't be him tomorrow. All of that stuff can be taken away from you, but nobody can take who you are as a person away from you.
Yeah, big facts.
Yep, 100%. That's a perfect way to end this. I'm going to go through the last bit of comments. Bath Time says here, I think social media has gamified young people's lives, where instead of high scores and that the feedback they get is numbers for likes and views.
Absolutely.
So they get guided by algorithms instead of family. And that's so true, because I don't know if I told you guys a story, but there was a point that I was managing about 7 artists, and I had quite a few young artists at the time, and big up Firms and Renz as well, co-manager with me. I remember one time they were having a debate, and they were literally arguing about who's had the most likes within a certain amount of time. Like, I remember one was on like 800, and I think he got it in like 7 hours. Another person had something like 700 or 900, and he's like, oh, but I got mine in this time, and they were proper having a little kind of 10-minute debate about it. And I was just thinking, wow,
pointless.
Like, it's so crazy what these young youths are driven by, and it's like, because of all these pressures and how fast we're moving in this era, it's like that's what makes people different to when me and Jamie and Alyssa was young. We were more patient and we more appreciated stuff. The young people nowadays just want it now and fast. And they want it now, and they want the best. They don't want to work for
it. To speak on that real quick, and that's exactly what it is, because a lot of people don't realize that a lot of change has to come from yourself. You have to be the change you want to see. And all of our friends, we all have a friend that owns a business, whether it's selling shirts, food, whatever the case is, right? And what do we do every day? We go out and we support all these strangers and all these other people, or we give more clout to people who are already these influencers and stuff. If we were just to support our people and build up our circles and help each other get to where we need to be to, then a lot of this society stuff would be canceled out, because now we would be growing in our environments with people who want to see us grow. But the reality is what you said. Nobody wants to put in the work and actually grow. What people want to do is they want to jump ship and they want to go to where they think the grass is greener. And I'm going to be honest with you, the grass is only greener where you water it.
Yeah. Facts, 100%. ATG here says, this is literally why I stay to myself and not try to fit in, because I love who I am and I don't want to be part of a group that brings people down. Big up. Big up, man. Love yourselves, man. Self-love.
Absolutely is the best love.
The best. Trust me. That might be true, but it would be terrible tonight to wake up.
Oh, my days, boss.
Hey, now, bath time is hilarious.
Yeah.
Gamification is the process of applying things you find in games to other stuff. A good example is exercise apps, where you get trophies and scoreboards. Yeah, that's true. You know, a lot of babies and kids are losing that hand-eye coordination, and they're just used to just tapping the screen instead of actually using, for example, a mouse. Where a mouse,
Right.
you move your hand and you click. Now they're just used to just tapping the screen. You see certain kids going to the TV and tapping it because they're just thinking all screens are just tap.
Right.
We're losing that manual process, and I think that that affects you when you grow up as well. It doesn't and it does, if that makes sense, because everything's evolving and changing. Everything's
Right.
becoming technology anyway, but I feel like it takes away the whole manual process, and maybe it makes us a bit lazy subconsciously.
100%.
Yeah, man.
Things like autocorrect.
Yeah, all correct and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Mad.
also evolve or get left behind. And that's
Yeah,
just
that-
kind of the society we live in. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
you know,
Even that Chat GPT thing that can write
oh
essays for
my
you,
God, bro.
that can send
ChatGPT
like job
is-
applications and all of that.
ChatGPT.
I can't
is
lie. I'm
crazy.
finna tap into that still.
I just recently
Hey.
learned about ChatGPT with the GTA server coding.
Oh,
and
is
stuff
it? It
like
does that as well.
Oh,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah, it must do. Yeah,
AI, it does
yeah.
everything.
It's AI. It, does
It
everything.
learns.
You only-
Yeah, it learns. Yeah.
Now,
So
Jamie, I
it
don't know
knows the
what's your
code.
mic.
So you can literally be like, oh yeah. It's that Liverpool mic. It's what do you call it? It's it knows everything. So it's like you can ask it, how do you code this, and it'll probably tell you. And my one of my guys was telling me you can teach it things and it gets to learn you over time. So yeah,
You
that's
can make your own
interesting, man.
AI. You could just make your own AI and put it there to just. ChatGPT is crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Last few comments, and me, I'm not worried about legs or who has clout. I think he's meant to say I'm more about making contests that makes people
Laugh.
I'm just
Laugh
trying to
it
think
up.
of what he meant. But yeah,
Content.
I'm more making content. Okay, yeah, that's spot on. Making content that makes people laugh, and it's up to you. Though I like making people happy and not bringing them down. Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
It's about positivity. I said positivity, and I feel like obviously kindness can be a weakness sometimes because when you try to focus on trying to make people happy, people take advantage of it as well. But
Absolutely.
obviously, you find the fine line. Takes a village to raise a child. Takes
Yeah.
Facebook to show you your nan's a bit of a racist. Listen, 100%, man.
There's no more
I use
villages,
chat
bro.
beach. No more villages.
I agree with that.
They're gone. They're gone, man. I use Chat GBT all the time. Fantastic for emails. Content ID, imagine. Yeah, man. Listen, we're gonna wrap it here, people. We've done 2 hours. And I have to
Yeah.
appreciate my lovely panel's precious time. You know, big up Jamie for joining, you know.
Mad late.
That's how I want to have these, you know, these chats, people just joining, you feel me? But I need to go live more, man. Listen, football's back as well. I know Alyssa starts
yeah.
rubbing, like, oh, here we go. But football's back, people. It's back.
Don't talk about football. Let's not talk about
You
football.
get me? But, so I'm going to be doing some more football content as well. But I appreciate the everyday Sunday, my regular Sunday viewers, man. Big up you guys as always. I want to find another day during the week where I can do this, but maybe once a week is good, man. But
Yep.
you guys let me know, man, if we can do another show maybe on a certain day once in a while. That would be cool. But yeah, man, I enjoyed this show as well. We get to just talk about something different, you feel me? And it's nice to have people in the comments. Big up the old family as always. Big up everyone that came from the original gamers. I love y'all, man.
I'm building
I
a
love
culture
y'all.
over here, and they don't even realize it.
They don't even realize it.
Not the
Yeah.
old
Listen.
gamers, but other people. They don't realize
Listen.
how much I've and you know what, we're gonna just before we end stream, I really appreciate you guys, everybody who shows up to everything that I do, no matter what it is, whether you understand what I'm doing, don't understand, play the sport, don't play it. You guys have literally been I'm so proud of you guys because
No, 100%.
you know, there's so many communities out here and I get a lot of hate for it. I've been counted out so many times that I'm one of those people that really had to learn how to swim. A lot of people just, you know, whatever. And I've always had my own motion because I had to create that for myself because
Right.
after getting rejected and counted out, and then you get rejected and counted out of these groups, right? Which is all the clouded stuff and stuff
YouTube,
like
yeah,
that, right?
yeah.
Right. And that's not what you stand for. It's so refreshing to be around people who believe in the vision, and it only comes to life with you guys. So I really want to say thank you to you guys for showing up for us
big
and
up.
dropping the likes and supporting us every week.
Trust
Big
me.
up the viewers, man.
100%, man. I appreciate it. And it's funny you say that because Ari said something similar as well. He's been rejected a few times, and even just him being part of the podcast, you know what I mean? So listen, big up the chat, man. This you guys is what you guys is what makes it big. You feel me? Pause, but you know what I mean? You get me? Because I have to pause everything nowadays because the pause police are active, you feel me? So when I say you guys make it big, we're talking about the platform.
Go
yeah?
check out my go check out my new TikTok. You're definitely gonna say pause.
I listen, okay. Big up the chat. Yeah, big up bath time as always. Good stuff, lads. He says, W stream, Waki. Big up, W
Love
podcast.
you guys.
Waki, DJ W's. I'm seeing hella W's, man. I'll be here about the BBL.
About the
Green Bay
BBL.
all the way, yeah. Big up Green Bay. Is that an area, yeah?
Packers,
Yeah.
no?
Mm-hmm.
Where's that? Whereabouts is Green Bay? I'm just curious.
What are you doing? Looking it up?
Oh no, I was asking you.
I thought Green Bay was Cali, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
All love over here. Big up, man. What does she do? There's no links or anything. Oh yeah. So what? You wanna explain it briefly what you do, Alyssa? Obviously, she does content creation as well. She creates content. You know, if someone hears that, they were like, she creates content. Like,
I'm a motivational speaker. I am.
Yes, sir.
What does OG do? OG, Alyssa, whoever you guys, right? Because you guys know me as OG. OG is the person who comes into your life and you either love me for being honest and pushing you into those levels of being uncomfortable for your growth, or I trigger you and you do what everybody else does. You run. So, you know, but if you know, my accolades are crazy, right? Like I can't even sit here. The community makes fun of me all the time. This morning, I wrote them a message. I said, yo, I'm coding the GTA server from this time to 3:30. I'm doing the podcast at 4:00 with Rhino. And tonight I'm doing playoffs for UBL League for 2K. I'm hosting that. So I do a lot. It just depends.
I'm working.
I'm a leader.
I'm working, B.
Working, B.
Who is Alyssa? A leader.
A leader.
That's it.
A bit like McAllister in the midfield, you feel me? Just, you know, putting
Big
in that
man,
work.
you're playing tomorrow and don't start.
Right.
Oh no, we're playing tomorrow. Why do we have to play last? Right, no, but listen, Monday Night Football under the Trafford lights. Listen, man, we've got the 12th man with us. You feel me?
All right, guys.
What you should do, but yeah. So Alyssa, she does content creation. She's built a big platform on Discord with like a whole lot of like gamers and people that create content. People within the basketball, GTA. What else did I see there? I've seen Apex, all the other games, Apex and all that stuff. Call of Duty. You know what I mean?
I built a gaming network out of Discord.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's big as well, man. And I'm proud to be a part of it. I ain't got the OG my name yet. Obviously, she don't rate me yet for me to be called OG Rhino. But you know, maybe one day I might get that promotion. You feel me?
Whatever, Rhino. I'm waiting for my promotion. I'm waiting for these shows to be IRL.
Hey, say that. We're loading. IRL's coming. ATG and OGC linked together always. But nah, trust me. Big up, man. Triple Trey, big up. I didn't even know you was here. Big up, my guy. The old comedian is here. W's in the chat, man. Waki says pause. Black Ghost. Pause patrol bath time. Hey, you pause police are just active, man. Facts. Yeah, there's W's in the chat, man. Green Bay Packers wearing pitch perfect at Raw. Okay. Bath time, what don't you know? What don't you know?
They got the different color like diamonds for the logo. The Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
NFL, no?
Yep.
That makes sense. Samantha with the W's in the chat. Hey, hella W's, man. Big up the chat, man.
Like
Let's
the
do a like
video
check.
if you haven't.
Last time I checked, it was an 11. The last time we hit 20, you know.
Yeah, we had more people in here, but you know, truth conversations don't get a lot of traction, and that's just the reality. And that's why people get discouraged and they put out, you know, other type of content. That's why we have to keep doing what we're doing, because we have to just have that faith that it's going to grow, and more people are going to get attracted to it as they see that this is what we're going to do.
What is that,
you know,
bar again, man?
But remember, real stuff and fake stuff, that American versus UK, we'll get 30, 40 likes. Don't worry.
You guys are going to get that heat, man. You're going to get that heat. Trust me.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to cook some American.
Yeah, man. We're just making sure we get the right panel. And
Absolutely.
I can't lie. When it comes to planning for that show, I've been slacking. So next week, we're going to do it. We're going to get a panel in place. If they're not free, we'll do it the week after. And you guys send me some topics as well. I've got a few topics lined up, but send me some stuff you want to know, especially the American people. You know, if you want to know some stuff about our culture and whatever, and vice versa, I want to do a video on that as well. But yeah, big up all the W's in the chat, man. Oh my gosh, she plays Baldur's Gate 3 or just starts.
No, I don't.
Oh, Rhino. Oh, say no more. Hey, Walkie's giving the green light. He's giving the cosign. He's telling me I'm verified. No, you know what they say? Valid. I'm valid right now.
Yeah,
I'm valid. Hey, oh, Rhino. That's kind of looking hard. Let me see the main order on the game on the you feel me? ATG Rhino. Hey, listen, I'm getting recruited all over.
Gang.
Hey, gang, Cassie.
Yo, Ghost,
no,
Ghost. Stay in your lane, Ghost. You heard? Don't do that.
Oh, you want me to be an O now? You want me to be an O now? I'm ATG now, B. You slept on me. You slept on me. You weren't rating me.
You know what it is, Rhino? You know what it is, Rhino? I'm gonna be real with you. Not a lot of people are built for that. Oh, when you put an O in front of your name, there's a target on you.
Yeah. No, 100%. No, I believe it.
I am the type of person that doesn't get the handout. People don't want to, you know, everybody likes to lie instead of work. And you know what? Yeah. It's simply because people are intimidated by my work ethic. And no matter what they try to do to me, I always overcome it. So if you say I'm not walking with God, that's on you. But I definitely know I am. No,
but that's what I'm saying. People fear that being taken over. They don't like it. They don't like the challenges. Oh, ATG's all-time great, all-time great Rhino. Yeah.
How many ATG members are in here right now? Stand up.
Big up the ATG. Oh, you lot are cooking the comments. I love this, man. I love this. Facts. Big up the chat, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Obviously, let me even check my subscriber count. I hit 4,000 the other day, you know, so big up.
Congratulations
to you guys. What am I on now? I'm on 423, but it goes kind of up and down because I've got loads of old subscribers from years ago.
Yeah, be like that.
So, you know, so 23, I'm on 423 still. So,
Road to 5K.
Road to 5K, man. Road to 5K. If any of you guys haven't subscribed, subscribe. Because like I said, we're going to do a lot more of these shows. The talking shows are every Sunday. If you want to get into some football content, just tap in. I'm also going to get my guy Flawless on this show because he does a lot of American stuff as well. He watches like basketball and all that stuff. So that'll be good content for you guys. So I'm going to definitely get him in as well. He does loads of stuff, man. He's on Twitch. He's on YouTube and that. But he's active. He knows. He's a workaholic still. But yeah, big up the chat. Soccer. Nah, football. Yeah, but soccer content, yeah. I'm gonna do some soccer content. And the word soccer makes me laugh, I swear.
Mad, bro.
Nah, she really means soccer. She plays FIFA.
Oh, Walkie plays FIFA. Is it? Okay. I have to set up a few games. But yeah, listen, Alyssa, thank you for your time as always. Sir. Jamie, as always, it's always love. We're gonna do some football content this week as well. Is there anything you guys want to say before closing out? You can find OG's link in the title. Just click on it, and I'm sure all her socials will be within her YouTube page as well. Listen, big up, man. What is he saying? FC24, wager me. Yeah, we'll talk, man. Big up, man. Big up. But listen, people, that's the end of the show. If you haven't already, please like the video, put post notifications on when you do subscribe. And listen, love for the love, man. Please, thank you. And we are out.
Peace.
Hey, I swear firms and rents pattern this.